the month of March. So as you know, I've been working, if you follow me on Instagram, you've been seeing these almost every day. And if you watched my my video for this week of March 6th, as you know, my March tarot deck is the Wisdom Seekers Tarot. There we go, by David Fontana, and it is from Watkins Publishing. It's a beautiful deck. It just came out. It's lovely. It's wonderful. I like it. It's very colorful. I thought it'd be a great deck for March because March has that. It's not spring here yet. It's still winter here, but in most parts of the world, spring. But you could feel it's coming. It's getting lighter. It just has such a gorgeous sort of spring, refreshing sort of energy. So I thought it would be a really good deck for the month of March. The Lenormand deck that I'm using for spring is the classic Lenormands. That's the back there. Oh. It's your typical, it's like the traditional Lenormand deck. I don't know why it just says spring to me. Maybe it's the lighter colors, the big sky. There's just something spring and refreshing about this deck. So I'm going to be using this for March, April, May. So springtime with this deck. And two, the little cards pair well with that tarot deck as well. My oracle deck for the month of March is Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. It's got very much like a fae type energy to it. I wouldn't necessarily call it a fairy deck, but it's definitely got an otherworld type energy to it. I was originally going to use this for weekly draws from the year, and then it just didn't feel right, but I still wanted to use it. And so it's got like, there's all these sort of otherworldly beings that are there. And I like that it's got, you know, things from different cultures. It's a very inclusive kind of deck. I don't really like the big, huge borders, but I can live with it. But I thought it might be a good deck for spring. Sort of those spring energies all kind of waking up. So that's the one I'm using. And then I usually use the deity deck, like an angel or a goddess deck for the month. And so for the month of March, let's put this up here. I'm using Doreen Virtue's Angel Therapy. I really like this deck for spring. I think it's got like a great healing, uplifting vibe. And I think like for March, I always feel like there's a little bit of lift in the air. People are a little happier. There's more light out. Like I said, it's still winter here. March is really weird where I live because it can be, you can get these days where it's warm. Like today is, it's +3 outside. It's gorgeous. Things are melting. And then the next day you can get a storm. We're expecting a storm tomorrow. So you can be walloped. You can have one day -20 and the next day +3. It's all over the place. So then people get upset when it gets warm for a couple days and then all of a sudden they're back to like, you know, -10, -20. And it's like, you live here. This happens every year. You know that this happens, right? It's still winter here. So I'm not fooled by the weather. So anyway, but it's coming. You know spring is coming and people are getting restless. So anyway, this is the Doreen Virtue. I find it's just a very healing, very light kind of deck. I really love it, but it does point out some really interesting issues that you might need to work on. You know, vacuum away fear. It's just a great healing kind of deck. Throat chakra. Go third eye chakra. Just beautiful, beautiful deck. And killed it on the side too, which I always love. So those are the decks that I'm working with for March. If you're interested in reading, these are the decks that I'm going to be using, but if, you know, sometimes I intuit people might need something else or people request something else, and that's totally cool too. So if you're interested in readings, you can always go over to the Etsy shop, take a look at things. But let me know what your decks you're using for March. What are your decks this month? What are you, you know, what are you reading with? Like and subscribe.